Hormones are at the core of health and fitness. They make us heavy or light, happy or sad, lethargic or full of energy. Millions of Americans suffer from some kind of hormonal imbalance, which affects their health and lifestyle. There are both medical and natural ways to help ourselves achieve hormonal balance and health. In this program, movement therapist Teresa Tapp and best-selling author Mary Shomon share their knowledge and techniques for healthy hormones and brain-body fitness.
Chop, repeat, front to chop. Here we go.
I got a few emails from people that had mentioned that they were doing this program called T-Tapp. And these women were saying, you know, we're doing this exercise program. It's not only is it working, but we're not exhausted. We're not feeling like we have to go to the couch for 2 days to recuperate every time we do a workout. We're losing inches, and eventually over time, they were also reporting that they were losing weight. So once I discovered a little bit more about T-Tapp and I started to T-Tapp myself, I called in a couple of weeks later and I said, this can't be possible, but I had lost 12 inches just in a few-week period.
It looks like with T-Tapp that you're not doing much because the muscles are being activated on the inside at the same time you're doing large muscle movement. What's really unique about T-Tapp, because it involves the lymphatic system so comprehensively, is that you experience muscle fatigue, increased heart rate. It's very aerobic without impact. But at the end, you're energized. So it's hard to explain how you can be tired but energized at the same time.
Little pump. 2, 3, 4 more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it there. Bend deeper. Retuck, and now to the waist. Waist and up.
As a thyroid patient, one of the many concerns that we have is easy weight gain, very, very difficult to control your weight, and such low energy. You just don't have the energy to get out of bed. You sleep 8 to 10 hours a night and wake up in the morning and look for another 8 to 10 hours. Since I've started using T-Tapp, I bounce up in the morning and do a workout, and 15 minutes later I'm done for the day, but I'm ready to do my day.
One of the concerns that I have is that so many of us are told, of course you're tired, you're busy, you're working, you're not getting enough sleep, or of course you're gaining weight, you've got to get off the couch and exercise more, or of course you're fuzzy-brained and not thinking well and not sleeping well, you're getting older. And it's very easy to write off these kinds of symptoms as part of lifestyle or part of an aging process, but the reality is for many people, these kinds of symptoms are the first signs that the hormones are out of balance.
When I was about 49, my doctor decided, oh, well, let's put you on hormones. And so they did, and I think I gained 25 pounds in 4 weeks.
So I never had a weight problem. I could eat anything I wanted to. And so this was a new position to be gaining weight and eating nothing, literally. I mean, I figured it up one day. I was eating about 700 calories, and I was gaining weight, which shouldn't be happening.
So many people come to me saying, please help me get the hot flashes away. Help me get back into control to keep the inches away. I just want to have my youth back and vitality. Because along with wisdom, you want to have the energy to go with it.
Inhale again, hunch. Lift ribs. Knees out. Keep tucked. Now clap for 4. It's come back. Again. 3. Now hold it 4. Bend deeper. Retuck. Lift ribs. Now kick it away.
Within 3 months, my weight came down, and just by T-tapping, I was able to really control my symptoms without being on any additional meds.
One of the challenges with exercise for people with hormone imbalances is that intense exercise, particularly intense aerobic exercise, can cause an adrenal response that actually becomes counterproductive. We end up building more cortisol, which then goes right to the belly, creates additional fat, and works against the effort of exercise in the first place, and in some cases can actually cause people to gain weight when they're exercising instead of losing weight.
My husband bought me an elliptical. I tried to do the elliptical at home, and I would do if I did 40 minutes on the elliptical, I slept 2 hours. I would be tired after I took a shower.
Now hunch up and jazz. Straight. Out. Looking down. Inhale here. Exhale there. Now bend your elbows, hook your thumbs. Muscle activation. Pull those thumbs. Pull on the thumbs. Now inhale, hunch. Pull the thumbs, reach out, look at the floor. Tuck that tail.
I like the workout because it works in so many different ways. It's like you're using your body in the most way, using all your muscles, using everything in the best way you can, and the most efficient way that you can. because while you're tensing your legs, you're holding your stomach in, you're doing, you know, your arms, you're doing many things at one time. And so that's one of the things. You can work out for a short time, really fast results, good results.
3, push up, one more time. 4, 2, 3, push up. Now pop elbows back.
I found T-Tapp after researching online for a nutritionist because I had been to the doctor, and the doctor told me I needed to find something because I was obese, pre-diabetic, cholesterol issues, and a history of heart health disease in my family. So I found Renee McLaughlin. She's a senior T-Tapp trainer near where I live, thankfully 10 minutes from the house. I went to a T-Tapp class just to see if I wanted to work with her in nutrition. After the class, I didn't know it then, but now what I understand is that there was really a degree of hormonal regulation that happened throughout the 1-hour workout. And I left that studio feeling a sense of well-being that I hadn't felt in decades.
I do hate exercise, but I know I have to do it. And so for me, T-Tapp's the best way. I didn't enter into T-Tapp to lose weight or to improve any physical condition. I do it to maintain health and movement, stretching, being able to stay loose and be able to move, and it fits perfectly.
So people often ask me, what's so different about your exercise movements versus traditional exercise movements? And it's more comprehensive, and I use multiple muscles fully activated from the origin to the insertion, like the full length of the muscle, so that you get muscle density, equally tight and toned. And then that type of muscle movement helps you squeegee out every little bit of inflammation, cellular toxicity, and enables your body to get easier balance.
Tuck tail, keep the knees slightly bent as you reach up as high as you can for 3.
I am a personal trainer and a nutritionist health coach, and so at the time I was teaching women how to build strength using dumbbells. And I had a nice practice, but I was doing a lot of working out, and contrary to what is sort of considered to be truth in the fitness industry, believe it or not, women can bulk up, even using light weights. And that was what was happening to me. I have a body type that absolutely bulked up. So I started to read this article, and it was an incredibly well-written article in that there was a lot of just really intelligent things that were being talked about, and things that I hadn't really read in other fitness magazines. Things like utilizing the lymphatic system for part of the detox, and how you can use muscle activation, full fiber, and really get long, lean, dense muscles. But the real kicker for me was that the woman that developed it said, I swear you can debulk big muscles. So I was sold, and within 3 or 4 days I realized, wow, I had found something that was so different. I absolutely started to see my body change in that amount of time.
As a beauty editor, I always look for the best fitness that I can find and put in the magazines. And I came across Teresa Tapp, and I just came to one of the retreats, and I became a believer. I just loved it and loved the energy that was put out and the results that I saw and what it did for me when I did it.
Side, 2, 3, now 2. Front, 2, side, again. Front.
After I had my last son, who's 4 now, he was about 4 months old, and I had gotten back into my workout routine. I was working out 45 minutes to an hour a day, rebounding, light weights, some core strengthening exercises, and lost literally nothing. When he was 4 months old, I weighed and looked like I did the day before he was born. Looked like I had another baby in there. So I was very discouraged. So anyway, a friend of mine who knew I hated exercise DVDs, but she told me she lost 15 inches in 3 weeks with this. And I thought, okay, I'm listening. So I went and got the book out of the library, started with the book. Took me an hour and a half to do the 15-minute workout, and but I started losing, and I started feeling better.
Right now, if everyone listening to us stands really tall or sits really tall, okay, you can feel the muscles activated within your spine. If you're sitting, I want everybody on the count of 3 just to push your feet into the floor. 1, 2, 3, push feet. Oh my, did we feel our glutes activate?
Push your kneecaps, push, tuck, curl. Look at your belly button. Don't look at me. Look at your belly button. You're still pushing on those knees. Now inhale again. You press on those knees and thighs as you push, arch the tailbone up. Chest out and push. Now hold it there. Inhale again. Reach up with the chin for those thyroids. Reach up. Blow it out. And inhale again. Push, tuck, curl. Weight back in those heels.
I was a ballet dancer. I danced until I was dancing when I had my child. I danced in a company back in Alabama. So exercise has always been a very huge part of my life. Between kids, I would go back to dance, and so I knew I needed to exercise. My body felt, I knew I needed to, and my doctor told me, he goes, you know, it would help because it releases endorphins, and it would be really good if you could do something. But he said you have to be careful because of the thyroid issues, because the wrong exercise makes you too tired. Exercise should make you feel uplifted when you're done, not that you have to take a nap.
The thyroid is the hormone that is coordinating the body's ability to deliver oxygen and energy to every single cell, tissue, and gland in your body. So everything that relies on oxygen or energy is going to rely on thyroid hormone. It is an absolutely essential hormone in your body. If you don't have thyroid hormone, you are not going to be able to think clearly, your heart won't beat properly, your hair won't grow, you can't digest. Everything depends on the thyroid hormone, and in many ways it's almost the gasoline that runs the car.
I told my husband, when I do T-Tapp, I feel like I took a happy pill, an antidepressant, I don't know. It's just, you know, you're focused, you're happy, your mood, everything, energy is just, and I've never had that with anything else before.
It's all about muscle activation, and that really is the buzzword for greater fitness, greater wellness, greater energy, greater everything. Understanding how to activate the muscles within your body will help you get results faster, and you'll look and feel better.
So exercise and movement, much more than just exercise, but muscle activation movement is what helps your body help itself achieve balance. That's brain to body balance. It's also hormonal balance, because blood sugar ties in with the hormones. Muscle movement lowers the blood sugar, helps your body balance itself for healthy hormones.
The older we get, the more we learn that there's so many things we have to do, I want to say, to stay relevant. It's not just eating and exercise, it's the whole body, it's the mind-body connection. And with T-Tapp, you are working everything.
A lot of people think that hormones oftentimes are going to cause you to maybe be a little bit blue. We remember PMS in women. There's a lot of jokes about the women being maybe a little bit anxious or a little bit more stressed out in the period before their menstrual period. But what we don't realize is that hormonal shifts in all of the realms of hormones can have a very, very significant impact on our mood. And not just in terms of making you feel maybe a little edgy, but you can have depression, you can have really feeling the blues, you can have anxiety. In some cases, hormonal imbalances can even trigger panic attacks.
When you start feeling down, sick, your spirit dies. Practically, you feel so sorry for yourself. You know, then one way you start, the more you start doing that, it's almost like a yoga type. You know, it's the movement you can feel. You got those aha moments that your spirit also light up.
So many times when they're thinking about hormonal imbalance, people just think about night sweats or on gaining this fluff all over the body. It's so much more involved. The body is an intricate machine.
I think one of the best, things for me is to try to lose it off the midsection, and I like the T-Tapp twist and stuff like that, and yeah, and it does. It works.
Exercise and movement, much more than just exercise, but muscle activation movement is what helps your body help itself achieve balance. That's brain to body balance. It's also hormonal balance, because blood sugar ties in with the hormones. Muscle movement lowers the blood sugar, helps your body balance itself for healthy hormones.
4, 2, front, chop. Chop, 2, 3, 4. We just might make 10. And
I did have a hysterectomy and after that gained quite a bit in my midsection, which I have never done before. I was always more of what they call the pear shape. So my waist was always rather small. And when this happened to me, it's like, oh my gosh, this is just weird. How am I going to get rid of this? And T-Tapp, because of the way it works, and a lot of the twisting and the bending, it helps to, get rid of that midsection and that puffy, what do I call it, fluff.
We can build muscle one muscle at a time, or we can build it many muscles at a time, and T-Tapp allows you to build it many muscles at a time and be able to really get much more effectiveness out of each movement. And for someone who doesn't have a hormone issue, I mean, who wouldn't want that at minimum, because it's a time saver. You're going to get a lot more benefit for the time that you spend.
I am 69 years old, and I started T-tapping because my good friend has lost over 100 pounds, and so I thought, okay, let's see what they can do for me, and I wanted to see if I could look better, have a waist, have a shape at my age. I had a heart attack when I was 53, so it's has aerobic parts to it, and it's good for that, and I have osteoporosis, and it's weight bearing. And my biggest problem I've dealt with is I have Meniere's disease. It's an inner ear problem, and I have a lot of vertigo and balance issues, and it's really helped me be strong in the core and my legs, and to help me, not to fall or not to hurt myself when I have my balance issues.
Everybody thinks if something's good, more is better, or how am I going to fit in fitness, and they tell you to do the stairs or walk across the parking lot, take it further. Oh, it's so much easier than that. It's just basically keep your ribs up, and all it is as soon as I shift those ribs up, you'll feel the muscles activate down your back. But a lot of us compromise our posture and let them inactivate, and where you inactivate is where your body starts to store fat. All of a sudden you start getting the back fat. All of a sudden you start getting some fat at the armpit. And all you have to do is lift the ribs. That's not pushing the shoulders back. Just lift the ribs and the shoulders shift back. You can feel the muscles activate in your back.
One of the most interesting things to me about my experience with T-Tapp right at the start was how effective it was so quickly. I had been a Pilates fan, and I did mat Pilates, and I had a trainer that came twice a week to work with me for an hour each time, and I would do another workout or two in between visits with the trainer. And it kept me flexible, and I felt good, and it was a great exercise approach. But when I did T-Tapp the first 2 weeks, I had that 12-inch loss. I had such a lengthening of my spine, and I had more results in 2 weeks of T-Tapp than I had in 2 years of Pilates.
When we come back, we'll hear from Teresa Tapp about how to fight inflammation without breaking a sweat. But first, don't forget to support your public television station for bringing you programs like this and so much more.
Side again. Front, 2, side. Now singles. 1. Pump. 2, 3, 4 more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Shake out your knees and hands. Now read back in. It's bending those knees. Tuck that tail. Ribs up and knees out. One thumb, other thumb. Elbow forward, pull thumbs back. And now clap. 1 and back. 2 more. 3. Inflammation has been a big buzzword in the wellness industry as well as the athletic. Because so many times in traditional training, then you start to have inflammation in the joints and it hurts and aches. Well, that same thing happens when you start to have imbalance within your body, whether that's brain-body fitness, whether that's unbalanced hormones. Inflammation is a key factor, which we all learned from Dr. Nicholas Perricone. We've all heard of him. He was the one who told us. And he also changed the whole medical industry that inflammation is the precursor to disease. Whereas before they believed that inflammation came after the disease. And so that's why when he called out of the blue and said, Teresa, I understand what you have within this workout. It's an elimination workout. Oh yes, you'll lose inches faster, twice as fast as any other exercise program. Because the way the muscle activation is used within this workout, you cinch in, uplift, tighten, and tone. Because you're using the muscles in a different way. But as Dr. Perricone said, that method of movement literally squeegees out every little bit of residual inflammation so that you can look and feel better and rebuild your health. Rebuild better brain-body fitness. Rebuild healthy hormones. It really is the body as a machine. Oh yes, you'll burn calories very quickly, but more important, you will eliminate chemical calories. Push, curl, tailbone, curl, pull all those organs up, press those ribs up, set that knee. We're going that way, opposite knee out. Ribs up, shoulder square. Tilt, 2, 3, push up, neck nice and tall, ready, repeat. 2.
It's all about form with T-Tapp. You can make a movement, a simple movement, and it really doesn't mean anything. If you have the right form and you get the muscles activated, it makes all the difference.
You can't stop. Out, 2.
I've had a number of emails from people who said that they had given up the idea of ever exercising. They were either profoundly overweight or profoundly exhausted, and they simply said, there's just no way I'm going to ever be able to get back to exercising. And they started with T-Tapp, in some cases started with some of the routines that Teresa has created to do in a chair.
I started doing T-Tapp, and in the beginning it was difficult for me to get through the first tape, but I was able to build my strength up, and I couldn't walk because of I have bone-on-bone knee issues. So I was still able to do T-Tapp and strengthen myself, and I'm walking slower, but I'm walking.
1, 2, you can't stop. Out, 2. She's breathing really hard. Front, 2, chop. Front, 2, not on sound.
Once I got involved in that form of the T-Tapp program there at Safety Harbor, I couldn't leave it because I had so much to learn, and I felt the power of T-Tapp for the first time, and it was just a changing event for me.
1, 2, I'm real. 3, 4. It's not just about sugar burning and fat burning. It's everything interacts, as we've learned from Mary this weekend, as we learn from all of the books out there. Our body is much more than just burning calories. It's much more than what calories you eat. It's what you move to make it happen.
You don't need bands or balls. You don't have to have, a gym in your house to do T-Tapp. You could take it with you anywhere you go. You don't have to get on the floor. Yes, there's floor work, but if you just can't get down there or you don't enjoy it, you can still lose with a standing workout. And it's just amazing. You don't have to keep adding reps. You don't have to wear yourself out. It's just like the other, you just have to keep doing more and more and more. And this we do less, less, less.
Ribs up, now clap it away. 4, 8. 1, back, 2. By 3, you'll feel better. Feel a difference. 5, yes you can. 6, 7, now hold on. 8, bend deeper. Retuck. Lift ribs, now kick it away. Knee is bent.
As a man looking at T-Tapp, you just don't understand the complexity of what isometric proper form, isometric contraction can do. But when you're looking at it, it's just a little obscure for a man, because a workout for a man is so much different. I mean, we're looking for barbells, we're looking for the weight press, the gym press, the leg extensions, the weight room, if you will. And that's what we're looking for. And of course, T-Tapp doesn't need any of those kind of accompaniments. It's all within internal resistance of what you can do and accomplish.
Dan is from the corporate world. He's a military man. He went to military school. He's definitely a guy's guy, and there's no question about it. So he approached T-Tapp very analytically. And when you're in the corporate world, time is of an issue as well. T-Tapp is very efficient as well as very effective. And he found that he could trim his waistline without having to jog for miles. He lost the inches, he maintained his tone, and he also fits in fitness during the corporate day, but he also uses the method of movement while he does other types of activity.
Some days I work 10 hours or more, depending on what I've got going on. I knew I had to find a way to do it anyway, to do something anyway, and this is the something that I can fit in. Because I'm on the train, and I'm, working on my posture. I'm doing some moves, as I stand there and wait for the next train. I'm doing them. I'm activating muscles.
One more time. Push, curl, back, tuck. Shift over those ankles. Now hunch up and jazz. Straight, out, looking down. Inhale here. Exhale there. Now bend your elbows, hook your thumbs. Muscle activation. Pull those thumbs. Pull on the thumbs. Now inhale, hunch. Pull the thumbs, reach out, look at the floor, tuck that tail more, tuck that tail and reach. 2, 3, 4, hands on knees, scoop out, look up.
This has been a program that is so suited for people over 40, for people who have hormone imbalances, and certainly for thyroid patients, people with fibromyalgia, people with chronic fatigue issues, people that need to take better care of themselves and avoid really burning out the adrenals, burning out the stress response, seem to respond the best to it.
You're moving multiple muscles, and that's comprehensively and compoundly. I know that sounds complicated, but it's not. It's common sense. When you use the full length of your muscle, you're going to make muscle density instead of muscle bulk. And those dense muscles, that's that full fiber from both ends where it attaches to your bones. When they become very dense, then they're empowered to squeegee out that inflammation. At the same time, when you make dense muscles, that Spanx, except you didn't have to pay for it. You literally rebuild your body from the inside out. Really reach. 4, tuck, reach. Oh, wait, each time. Here we go. 5, aren't you glad we never do more than 8? Feel that heart rate.
So when I walked into my first T-Tapp class, I was a 16, size 16, pushing an 18. And gosh, I guess it was some months later in a size 6, which I never really even was a goal for me. It wasn't a goal. It was just, I want to feel better. I want to be energized. I want to have my health back. The size 6 was a huge surprise.
When I have a lot going on, I tend to get real nervous, and just that anxiety will come back for me. And T-Tapp really helps me to work through it, kind of clear your head. It's like when you walk into a room and you forget what you went in there for. That doesn't happen when you're T-tapping often. I mean, you don't forget your keys as much. You are able to be more organized and careful and pleasant.
When we're dealing with hormone imbalances, the issue with exercise is we have to avoid excessive exercise, and we have to avoid exercise that in fact is counterproductive. What we do need is exercise that energizes us, that builds muscle, that is not going to put too much stress on the adrenal system. And that's where an exercise like T-Tapp comes in, because T-Tapp is a perfect balance of exercise for people with hormone issues, because it helps build muscle, but it doesn't leave you adrenally depleted. It doesn't leave you exhausted. It is not pushing so hard that you're producing so much excess cortisol that you're going to end up gaining weight and being exhausted and adrenally fatigued.
T-Tapp's more than a workout. It's the method of movement you can fit into your daily walk, outside while you shop. You can fit it in the kitchen while you cook. So when you interview or get to meet some of the T-Tappers across the nation, there's someone from every walk of life, regardless of their age, their financial situation, or their health. Everybody can look and feel better with T-Tapp.
I have quietly got them into doing it as well. My son has sciatic in his back and has been doing primary back stretch with me every morning, and really helps a lot. He's really decreased the pain medicine that he's been on. My husband is an over-the-road trucker, and he does the chair exercise right there in his semi every morning before he drives. Just helps him to keep handle on his weight and also move his body a little bit so that he doesn't feel, dead by the end of the day.
I had a very bad sciatica pain, and it came, good year almost. And by doing certain moves, especially the hoedown that I felt for myself, I think that's my go-to.
Knees straighten. Try it again. 1, 2, 3, lift, touch. Ready for 4. Don't stop. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hoedown is a repetitive movement of your leg, lifting and touching. So I come from the Midwest, and so if you've seen square dances where you hit the knee and hit your leg, that's the hoedown, but with body alignment. So here I'm going to activate every muscle in your body to be stationary on the spine. Movement is only going to be on one leg, which is working one side of your brain. The other side of your brain is going to be activating to keep the knee bent and out in proper position, so you're fully activating down the leg. And now as you lift and touch, you're lymphatically pumping, and with every pump you're going to feel your heart rate go up because you're maintaining body alignment and posture while you move the muscles, which raises that heart rate, and you won't believe how you feel afterwards.
I did hoedowns after I ate. Every time. Did hoedowns, I did a couple things on the floor. I did not do a full workout for 2 months and lost 17 inches.
I had a bad accident. I broke my neck in 3 places, crushed a disc, dislocated it, and had a concussion. I was using physical therapy to begin with, and I wasn't very happy with it. I couldn't raise my left arm. So I used T-Tapp, and it definitely helped my range of motion tremendously. In fact, when I came home from the hospital after being in the hospital for over a week, I was holding onto the wall doing hoedowns just because I I hadn't been out of the bed, and I just wanted my circulation to go.
I can do the T-Tapp basic workout even though I have the bone-on-bone issues. And even though I've had the thyroid issues, there's something in each one of those tapes. When I'm not able to stand, I sit down. When I'm not able to sit down, I get on the floor. So I rotate between the 2 or 3, depending on where my body is.
I started T-tapping in September, went to my regular doctor in October, and they said that unfortunately my thyroid medicine was too high. So they lowered my thyroid medicine. I went back again in November, and again my thyroid medicine was too high. So I got to actually lower my Synthroid twice in about a 6-week period, right after starting.
At minimum, we know that there are around 40 to 50 million people in the United States with thyroid conditions. We have many millions of women in the baby boomer generation who are in perimenopause and menopause, and there's some estimates that as many as half of all Americans have some form of hormone imbalance.
At 4 o'clock, when your glucose is just maxed out and you're feeling so sluggish, just being able to I can go into a bathroom and do a set of hoedowns, and it's amazing the clarity that you get because you've busted the glucose up in 3 minutes.
There's a number of components of T-Tapp that also help balance blood sugar. So it helps in controlling an excess glucose response and controlling an excess insulin response, which is going to help with energy. It's going to help with prevention of type 2 diabetes. It's going to help with abdominal obesity. So it's also going to help in general because the hormones are an interplay with each other.
Keep that elbow forward. Tuck, 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 uncurl. Ooh. Do you feel how those triceps tuck, tuck, tuck? Do you feel some back muscles activate? Tight, 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 uncurl. So now let's just extend on out. Adjust yourself slightly at an angle so you don't hit your neighbor. Now lift ribs. Reach away. Now pull down into a W. What I mean by that is you're going to pull down, elbow forward, thumb back. Extend out, tuck, 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 curl that lower back. Keep those knees bent and butt tucked. Do you feel with the thumb back? Ooh, perky pecs. Pull elbow forward, thumb back, and we're never going above our heads, so it's healthy for the heart. Little quick moves, only 1 set, 8 reps at each count. Stop and feel the heart rate. That means healthy heart. Get rid of the inflammation, increase the energy, and get that heart pumping the blood in, and your lymph is taking the trash out. It's a little move that makes a big difference.
What I find was so fascinating over the years, and working with T-Tapp and with others with T-Tapp as a trainer, is the progressiveness of this workout. And Teresa always talks about mind to muscle and getting the neurokinetic connections. And once you get those connections, and it takes time, and you get these moments where you really realize how you're making that muscle activation more effective for yourself.
Number 8. 1, 2, 3.
As far as it being just an overall, T-Tapp is just such a good overall workout. It is, especially the techniques and the applications that we use sound a little strange at the beginning, but when you really do understand them, you really can sneak all of this in during the day for better posture, for better health, for better mental clarity, and and like I said, when time is of an essence, this is the best workout.
We can only do so much with medicine, hormone replacement, diet, nutritional changes. There are always important parts of the protocol, but exercise and strength are such a critical part of the overall balance of our health and feeling and living well. And so for me, that's a place where T-Tapp comes in as a crucial part. And you can do it when you're 10 years old, you can do it when you're 100 years old. And as a woman in my 40s who's hoping to have 50 more years of good health, I know that this is going to be something that I'm going to be able to keep doing forever.
Okay, now that you understand all the primary principles of the body alignment for T-Tapp, let's go ahead and do some exercise moves from the workouts. I have Barry, my friend. Barry, you might have seen her on the video, but we personally have been working out together for over 10 years. The other reason I asked Barry to join is she's a short torso, long leg. I'm a long torso, short leg, and that's all explained on your workouts, as you know. Forward with those toes. Let's go ahead and go into our alignment. We've already discussed. Bend the knees. Tuck, curl that core. Push as you get your ribs up. Push knees out. Now keep the knees out. Keep pushing in your belly. One thumb away. One thumb away. Push elbows to me. Pull those thumbs back. Now keep those ribs up. Make it level. Down, 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 down. Your wrist and your elbow are exactly straight. Good. Inhale here. Hunch it up. Keep the knees bent. Lift ribs. Tailbone stays tucked. Inhale again, hunch. Lift ribs. Keep the knees out. Keep tucked. Now clap for 4. It's clap thumb back. 2 again. 3. Now hold it. 4. Bend deeper. Retuck. Lift ribs. Now kick it away. Here we go. Knee is bent. Ribs are up. Tailbone is tucked. Now lift that knee with a point. Again. 3, 4, and hunch up. Mitten hands. Exhale. Release. Inhale, hunch. And release. Feel the heat through the spine. Okay, now going from here for your lower back, let's go ahead and make sure that we curl our spine and scoop the spine. So toes are forward, little wiggle, knees out, knee, ankle in a straight line. Now, little difference, I want you just to push into your leg as you push, drag down. You're not tucking, it's just neutral with your spine. Fingertips right on those kneecaps. Now when you push, feel those muscles activate. It's all about muscle activation. So we're gonna push and then tuck, curl the lower back under. I'll give you another side view. So you ready, Barry? Here we go. So inhale, hunch, everybody. Now push your kneecaps, push, tuck, curl. Look at your belly button. Don't look at me. Look at your belly button. You're still pushing on those knees. Now inhale again. You press on those knees and thighs as you push, arch the tailbone up. Chest out and push. Now hold it there. Inhale again. Reach up with the chin for those thyroids. Reach up. Blow it out. And inhale again. Push, tuck, curl. Weight back in those heels. Inhale again here. Pushing. Shift the knees over the ankles. Now comes the fun part. Tuck that tail hunch up. And push on your knees and scoop out. Here we go. Do it again. Inhale. Push, curl back into the heels. Pushing in those knees, shift forward. Hunch, tuck, hunch up. Tuck that tailbone, push on the knees, scoop out. One more time. Push, curl back, tuck. Shift over those ankles. Now hunch up and jazz. Straight, out, looking down. Inhale here. Exhale there. Now bend your elbows, hook your thumbs. Muscle activation, pull those thumbs. Pull on the thumbs. Now inhale, hunch. Pull the thumbs, reach out, look at the floor. Tuck that tail more, tuck that tail and reach. 2, 3, 4, hands on knees. Scoop out, look up. Now push, look straight. Shake it no. Shake it yes, I can. Keep the knees out all the time. Now bend those elbows, push your weight. There you go. Now tighten the buns, tighten the butt. And shake, look down. Shake it out. No, I can't. But yes, 2, 3, one more move. Now push in your legs as you drag halfway down. Grab. Elbows are out. Push as you lower your head. Head no lower than the knees. Shake it no. Just looking at the kneecaps. Now shake it. Yes. 2, 3, 4. Now tighten those buns. Tighten the butt. And drop your head. And hunch up. Inhale, hunching. Push on your knees, push on your shins, and push, curl, push, curl, push, curl till your arms are straight. Flip, jazz hand. Reach out to me. Pull back down to your knees. And roll it up, tuck, tuck. Little finger, drag till your little finger gets to hip ball joint. Ribs up, then head. Hunch up, knees are bent. Ribs up as you reach down. Thumb back. Shoulder roll up and back. 2, keep that tailbone tucked. 3 and 4, now hunch up. Reach down, thumbs back. Mitten hands out to a V. Keep the knees bent, keep the knees out. Ribs up as high as you can. Thumb back. So it's just a V. Knuckle pump. That means you keep the ribs up, straight elbows. Try to touch your fingertips to the outsides of your leg. Here we go. Tail tucked. That's it. Little pump. 2, 3, 4 more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Shake out your knees and hands. Now re-back and it's bend those knees. Tuck that tail. Ribs up and knees out. One thumb. Other thumb, elbow 4, pull thumbs back, and now clap. 1 and back, 2 more, 3, hold the 4, bend deeper, retuck, left ribs, now kick it out. Inflammation goes away with every little kick. Now lift, point for the belly, point that toe for the belly, and sip water. Wow, wasn't that amazing that such little movement could raise the heart rate? Okay, let's go back into our stance. Always put the body in alignment. No duck, only one mitten hand apart. Don't have them too close. Don't have them too far. So bend those knees, tuck, curl that tailbone, ribs are up, knees are out. And put that thumb back out, elbow forward, and clap for 4. 1 in back, 2 in back, 3, hold the 4. Now from here, hunch up, twist the thumb down. Feel the additional stretch. One more time, hunch up, twist down. Now extend those arms straight out, thumbs back. Okay, elbow is straight, ribs are up, bend a little deeper, retuck, reach away, and it's butterflies. Keep those elbows stiff and straight. Ready? Here we go. Little pump. 2, 3, 4 more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it there. Bend deeper, retuck, and now to the waist. Waist and up. Arms really stiff, as hard as you can. 4 more. Here we go. 5 ribs up. 6 think ribs. Each time up. Once more in. Hold it here. Bend deeper, retuck, all the way. Ribs up. Stop. 2 at the shoulders. 3, don't flop it. 4, 4 more. 5, feel those heart rates. 6, yes, you can breathe. 7, once more. 8, hold it here. It's inhale, exhale, release. Hunch up, release. Every time you hunch, it helps your heart rate go down. Feel it? Hunch up, curl it. Go ahead and tilt, curl, release. One more time, hunch up, and release. Now, redo our stance, toes forward. Bend those knees. Tuck, curl, lift ribs, knees out. Now we're going to use mitten hands, okay? And leverage isometric activation. It helps you push the ribs up. So put your hands in your pockets, mittens in the pockets. See those thumbs? Drag down to the fingertip. Push, ribs come up. 1, 2, 3. You're going to push, tilt to me, but the knees go out more. You untuck. 1, 2, 3. Push, knees go out. Now we're going to learn about putting our organs in place. So back to the mittens. We're going to chop, chop right at the groin. Right there. We're going to help those organs go back to the middle and get them up against gravity, right? So inhale, push them in deep. Knees are out. Now hold it there on the exhale. I'm still pushing in on the groin. On the next exhale, you're going to squish the organs to the middle. Keep pressing. I know some of us will have more to squish, but keep pushing in. Trust me, it's going to work. Feel those muscles activate. Here we go. Inhale. Squish it to the middle. Next one, fingers deep. Press in on the inhale. Press in. Now press, curl. Curl, press those organs up. Oh, yes, you can feel them going up into the rib cage. Now push, ribs are back. Now we're going to tilt this way, but keep the opposite knee out. Push, keep it up. Tilting this way. Here we go. Hold for 3. Push and tilt. 2, the knee is out. 3, tuck, push up. Ready, repeat. Over, shoulders forward. 3, 4, tuck up, nice and square. It's 3, 2, 3, push up. One more time. 4, 2, 3, push up. Now pop elbows back. Don't release this push. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, push, tilt. Knees are out and whoo, shake it out. Re-chop. Other side. Chop, chop. Push in deep. Squish to the middle. Push fingers deep. Push, curl, tailbone, curl, pull all those organs up. Press those ribs up. Set that knee. We're going that way. Opposite knee out. Ribs up, shoulder square. Tilt. 2, 3, push up. Neck nice and tall. Ready, repeat. 2, 2, 3, push up. Keep that shoulder forward best as you can. 3, 2, 3, push up. One more time. Yes, you can. Less time. 2, 3, push up. Now pop those elbows 4 times. It's 1, 2, tuck tail. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, push out. Oh, feels much better. Chop it again. Chop, chop in. Pushing in. Squish. Fingers press. Curl, press, and curl, push all the way up. Set those ribs. Now go really slow. Keep pushing the belly. One thumb back. Ooh, feel that? Ribs up. All right, we'll clap it away. Keep those ribs up. Tuck, 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 tuck. Other side. Keep those tailbones tucked. Keep those knees out. Ribs up. Now clap it away. 4, 8. 1, back. 2. By 3, you'll feel better. Feel a difference. 5. Yes, you can. 6. 7. Now hold on. 8. Bend deeper. Retuck. Lift ribs. Now kick it away. Knee is bent when you kick. Ribs are up. 3. Total of 4. Lift point. Point. Heel. Aligned with hip. And guess what? Sip water. Okay, let's get into a new position with the toes turned out. In the DVDs, I do a series of plie sequencing, or I call them plie squats. I want to just do one of those, but we're going to add the organs in place with mitten chops. So for here, before we even start, make sure your alignment is shoulder aligned with the heel. Toes are slightly turned out. It is not dance class. That will torque your knees. You'll get more slimming and trimming results if you do only a 20-degree to a 30-degree turnout. So from here, mitten hands. Let's go ahead and put them anywhere that's comfortable, because you're going to chop to get your ribs up. 1, 2, 3, chop ribs up. Oh, feel how much taller. So from here, stretching as high as you can. Inhale there, pushing. Exhale, pushing. On the next one, on the exhale, I want you to push, tuck, curl. Inhale, pushing those ribs up. Tuck, curl, tilt forward, and curl. All you did was curl your tailbone under. Feel how it helps to use the pressure with your mitten hands. So from here, keeping the knees out, inhale, push ribs up. 2, 3, as hard as you can. Now, hands down, soften those knees, push them out, hunch up, tuck. Lift ribs, hunch, tuck, lift ribs. Now, push your mittens, chop ribs up, chop and push knees out. So chopping keeps that activation. Feel that? We're going to do a little different. Thumbs away, out at a V. Ribs up. So from here, it's tuck, 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 and you're at the shoulders. Ribs up. Feel that? Make sure they're totally level. Now, tuck, 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 as we go to a V. Now, your V's need to be where you're reaching up. Ribs are up, and now you're going to do on a count of 3, pull W, 2, 3, bend the knees deeper. Tuck tail, keep the knees slightly bent as you reach up as high as you can for 3. Straight arm down, keep those elbows straight, and then reach away and up. That was 1. So pull, tuck V, straight arm, keep the thumbs up, ribs up, and 3, tuck that tail, curl lower back and really reach. 4, tuck, reach, away each time. Here we go. 5, aren't you glad we never do more than 8? Feel that heart rate. Pull, tuck V, reach away 2 more, yes you can. Pull, tuck V, once more, here we go, yes you can. Last time, tuck V, all the way up and hold 2, 3. Pull W, 2, 3, relax and shake it out. Inhale, hunch, release. Inhale, hunch, release. Now we're going to go. Think about what we've done. We've curled the spine. We've arched the spine. We tilted the spine. So we raised our heart rate with all of this lymphatic pumping. Now we need to isolate and twist the spine. So back to our alignment. Toes forward. Bend those knees. Tuck that tail. Ribs up. Knees are out. 1 thumb away. 1 thumb away. Elbows to me. Pull thumbs back. You're as tall as you can. Every muscle activated in your back, because you got to keep it activated. Keep those knees out. It's very important when you start to tuck and turn. When you tuck and turn, you got to make sure that knee stays out. And we're all going to be turning this way together. First, a hunch as you inhale. Turn your thumbs down. Feel how that increased the intensity. Now, next one, you're going to exhale, really set that knee, and turn just to the side. Inhale, hunch. Ribs up and tail tucked as you turn, just to your best ability. Keep the thumbs back, keep the ribs up, keep the tailbone tucked, and repeat. Inhale again. Now tuck and turn and look back to the back as far as you can, even if it's only your eyeballs. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Now inhale again. Now tuck and come to the front. Hunch up. Lift ribs. Reset. Other side. Inhale, hunch. Reach down with the thumbs. Feel that heat. Set that knee. Inhale, hunch. Now tuck and turn. To the side. Good, Barry. Inhale, hunch again. Tuck, turn in, all the way back. 2, 3, 4. It's 1, 2, 3. Tuck front. Hunch up. Lift ribs. Reset. Repeat. Inhale. Tuck, turn. Inhale. Tuck, turn all the way. 2, 3, 4. It's 1, 2, 3. Tuck front. Hunch up and up. Reset. Last time. Tuck the tailbone. Inhale up. Ribs up. Tuck, turn. Knee out. Inhale again. Tuck, turn all the way. 2, 3, 4. It's 1, 2, 3. Tuck front. Hunch up. Lift ribs and out. Ready. Shake it out. Hunch up. Doesn't that feel good? Release. One more time. Hunch up. Release. Shake it out. Now let's kick that away and get ready for hold downs. Bend it. Tuck, curl. Lift ribs. Knees out. 1 thumb. Other thumb. Elbow forward. Thumbs back and clap for 4. It's 1 in back. 2 in back. 3. Hold lift 4, bend deeper, retuck, lift ribs, now kick it away. Knee bent, knee is bent, ribs are up. 3, now lift with the pointed toe. It's up, heel aligned with hip, and ready for hoe down. So let's hunch up, release. One more time, hunch up, release. Okay, left, right brain. This is the challenging one. Yes, you can. Toes forward, bend knees, tuck, curl that lower back, lift ribs, push knees out. Thumb back, shift over. Everybody touch your left, keep the right knee bent. Tuck that tailbone, keep ribs up. Now with this position, on a count of 3, I want you just to lift the knee and touch. Lift 1, but keep the other one bent. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3, lift, touch. Keep that knee bent. I saw some knees straighten. Try it again. 1, 2, 3, lift, touch. Ready for 4. Don't stop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my, feel how much that knee is tired? Now we're going to do the same move, but to the side. Reset, retuck, lift ribs, knees out. One thumb, elbow forward, thumbs back, shift over, touch. Now here comes the challenging part. Knee out, this one's still bent. Thumb comes in the front, just think you're chopping your belly button right there. Ribs stay up. On a count of 3, keep this knee bent while you lift the other side. 1, 2, 3, lift. Oh my, feel it here? Think to tuck as you lift it. 1, 2, 3, tuck as you lift. Do it for 4. It's 1, 2, keep that knee bent, tailbone tuck. Inhale, hunch. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale, hunch. And release. Do you think you can do it straight through? Let's try. Just do the best as you can. I see some, because think about it. You're using both sides of your brain. The knee to stay bent is using this side. The other side is telling it to go up and down. When you come out, you're going to confuse it, but eventually the connection comes together, and it's very aerobic. Ready? So bend those knees, tuck that tail, lift, knees out. One thumb, other thumb, elbow forward, hands back, and shift over, touch. Ready, begin. Lift 4, 2, 3, 4. Chop side, 2. Keep that knee bent again. Front, 2. Ribs up, 4. Side, 2, 3. Now 2s. Front, 2. Chop. Repeat. Front, 2. Chop. Here we go. Singles, 1. Chop. 2. Chop. 3. Chop. 4. Don't stop. Bend the knees as you shoulder roll. Reset, repeat, 1, 2, you can breathe, side, 2, smiling is safe, front, 2, 3, that's better, helps you breathe, and do more reps. Now 2, front, side again, front, 2, bottom knee bent, it's single, chop, 2, bobbling is good, 3, chop, yes it is, bend knee, shoulder roll. Reset again, 2. It really is good. Side, cuz you go to your best. Front, 2, 3, 4. Side, 2, 3. Now 2s. Front, 2, side again. Front, 2, side. Now singles. 1, chop, 2, chop, 3, chop, 4, chop. Bend knee, shoulder roll. Once more, point as you lift. 3, 4, works the belly more. 3, again, front. 3, 4, out. 3, 4, 2 front, 2 side, 2 front. Bottom knee is bent. Single, 1, yes, 2, yes, 3, yes, 4, and you did it. Yay! Okay, inhale, hunch. If your heart rate's high, you just hunch, tilt forward, and then release. Meaning just let it curl. It's just letting it out there, release. One more time, inhale big, and exhale. It's amazing how much the heart rate goes, right? Every time you touch, that's lymphatic pumping. This same move, here's Barry at 83 years young, 53 years young. Someone right after a heart attack can do that move. When you are even stronger, say like if you're a triathlon, a marathoner, the same move will challenge your heart as well. But you have to activate the muscle. So while I'm letting your heart rate come down, I want you to realize the thumbs back and forward, activated every muscle in your upper back, right? That raises the heartbeat. Immediately, if your shoulders are back, aligned with your hips, your heart rate goes up 6 to 8 beats per minute. So that's your aerobics without any impact. Then all of that knee bending, more muscle activation. Tail tucked, more muscle activation. Ribs up. Your belly is activating every time you lift the knee. If you keep the ribs up, you actually slim the whole torso. Chopping to the front works the brain. That's when you go, oh, yes, everywhere. And trust me, I've done professional baseball players, and they're very challenged. But think about it. They use always the same direction with the bat, and that creates that unbalance of brain activity. One side is more strong than the other. So that's why within T-Tapp, we have always the left-right brain equally, and by the third or fourth time you do this, it gets better. Now the great thing, see how your heart rate's coming down, is that we just burned a lot of blood sugar. And what happens when we get the blood sugar down and in balance in our blood? Healthy hormones. So it all comes together. Let's do one more hunch, toes forward, inhale, exhale. And what do we do after each one? We did it. Thanks so much.